Os, it's Karate Kouketsu. Today, I want to talk about a couple of ways to learn and use the rapid roundhouse kick. When preparing for international competition, I needed to understand what moves were effective and frustrating for enemies with a roundhouse kick. By experimenting and practicing, I learned to use the roundhouse kick effectively in my matches. Today, I'll teach you how athletes with a roundhouse kick move and use their body for a rapid kick. This is what today's video will be about. How to kick the rapid roundhouse kick, and the 3 ways top athletes use the roundhouse kick effectively. First, the roundhouse kick with a floating pivot foot. Second, the no-spin roundhouse kick. Third, the stepless roundhouse kick. I hope you all are able to find the perfect roundhouse kick for your fighting style. On this channel, I, Kyokushin karate champion Kouketsu, will be showing and commentating past matches as well as discussing the psychology and neuroscience regarding effective training. Thanks to these methods, in 2019, I reached 300,000 views on my training blog and ranked top 5 in the genre of education and training. I'll be talking about and introducing these methods on this channel, so make sure to subscribe if you're interested. Os! Let's start from the 3 tips on how to kick a rapid roundhouse kick effectively. In a normal roundhouse kick, you shift your front leg inwards and twist your body, watching the enemy closely, then kick your leg up. This is how a basic roundhouse kick works. Let's get on to the tips to make this kick faster. First, don't spin using your legs. A lot of beginners, while trying to increase the speed of their kicks, may tend to spin focusing on their legs. This isn't very effective. Ideally, you want to twist your upper body and propel the spin to your legs to activate the rapid roundhouse kick. Second, get smaller when twisting. This might be more confusing, but imagine how figure skaters struggle to spin with their arms out. They need to fold their arms inwards. It's the same with karate. After placing our leg inwards, make sure to fold the legs in so the leg travels close to the body when kicking. If you kick with your legs out, the spin will decelerate. So make sure to tuck the leg in and kick like this. Tuck in the leg and kick. This simple tip will help increase your kick speeds. Tuck the leg in and wait as much as possible before releasing the roundhouse kick. Third, make sure the leg lags behind. This is another common thing I see, but a lot of amateurs raise their legs as soon as they start twisting. This inhibits your overall speed. Ideally, you want to keep twisting until you can see your opponent. Then you want to move into the kick. Imagine having weights on your feet and struggling to raise your leg until around here. Your leg lags behind, your muscles stretch, and your entire leg acts as a whip. This increases the speed of the kick. So try to move into the kick only once you can see the opponent. Now, let's combine all 3 tips. Twist using your upper body while tucking your leg and extending into the kick only once you can see the opponent. The basic roundhouse kick should look like this. Now, I'll show you the 3 different ways professionals use the rapid roundhouse kick. It should be fairly easy to use once mastered, so make sure to practice if you're interested. First, the roundhouse kick with a floating pivot foot. Let me demonstrate this first. In this roundhouse variation, you raise your position after twisting your body and before the kick. You want to rise as if you're jumping on that one foot and kick as you're falling back down. By doing this with just the right timing, you can increase your speed. You're able to increase the speed of your twist as you fall back down, accelerating the roundhouse kick. Integrating the twist and kick with the change in your position is essential. This shift in weight is something I'll be talking about more in depth in upcoming videos. Second, the no spin roundhouse kick. Let me demonstrate. I know what you're thinking, but you were just spinning. Let me clarify. In a usual roundhouse kick, you shift your leg forwards and twist your body. But for this roundhouse kick, you shift both legs inwards, and instead of twisting, you're facing backwards. As you're facing back, kick off the ground with your kicking foot. Once you're in position facing backwards, your leg should propel out in a roundhouse kick. Instead of thinking about twisting and spinning, think about kicking diagonally forwards, assuming the enemy is in front. It's almost as if you're aiming for a back kick to the diagonal. You may feel like you're kicking backwards, but thanks to the twist from the shifting of your feet, the back kick actually turns into a roundhouse kick. First, kick off the ground to create the twist, then kick backwards. Let me slow it down a bit. Kick off the ground with the first step and kick backwards, and it looks like a simple roundhouse kick. Let me demonstrate once more. Third, the stepless roundhouse kick. Usually, opponents can detect a roundhouse kick once they see the inward shift of the leg. Thus, it's great if you can kick without this indicator. Let me demonstrate. It's easier to use this stepless roundhouse kick if you position your body facing halfway towards the target. You want to try and get yourself into this position during a match. By adding some extra twist from this position, you're able to kick the rapid roundhouse kick effectively. Make sure to visualize and internalize this position. There are athletes who integrate this naturally into their combat techniques. They'll move sideways, sidestepping naturally as a defensive diversion to deceive the enemy, and integrating the first step of the roundhouse into their movements. This is one example, but athletes may move sideways like this and transition straight into the roundhouse kick. They may stay facing forwards, but they'll shift their legs sneakily into position when they're actually preparing to strike. Watch not only their body, but also their hips and feet. Now you can try these methods out too. Did you enjoy the tutorial? In our next video, I'll be doing the 1-minute roundhouse kick challenge, posted originally on Fukuchi-san's channel because one of my students wanted to try it out. I don't know how I've gotten myself into this, but I'll be uploading a video of me challenging myself, so I hope y'all look forward to it. Let's summarize today's lesson. The 3 tips for effective use of the rapid roundhouse kick. First, use the upper body to twist. Second, tuck the kicking foot in. Third, let the leg lag behind. The 3 variations of the roundhouse kick. First, the roundhouse kick with a floating pivot foot. Raise your center of gravity and position as if you're jumping up and accelerate the spin as you fall back down. I forgot to mention this before, but the speed should increase as your position falls back down. So the roundhouse kick should strike the opponent as you set the pivot foot down. Second, the no spin roundhouse kick. Shift both your front and back foot inwards, setting your front foot down earlier, and kick off the ground while aiming diagonally at the target you wish to strike. It might be easier to envision aiming a rapid back kick towards the enemy instead of a simple roundhouse kick. Third, the stepless roundhouse kick. This definitely requires a lot more spin and twist than a regular roundhouse kick. Let me explain using this diagram of the feet from above. The regular roundhouse kick requires the front foot to shift further inwards for the roundhouse kick. The twisting occurs only after the inward shift, so the roundhouse kick propels straight forward. On the other hand, for a stepless roundhouse kick, even if you face halfway forward, your back foot has to arch when propelled towards the opponent, so a lot more twisting is necessary. You definitely have to practice more to get used to the additional twisting, but once you've gotten the hang of it, it should be easy to use. When practicing, make a target with a kicking mitt so you can visualize how much twisting would be necessary to accurately hit your opponent in an actual match. I definitely recommend making a physical target. I hope you all try out the roundhouse kick and can also find the style of kick which fits you the best. You may struggle to use it in an actual match, but learning the roundhouse kick will also help you understand opponents who use it. So I recommend practicing the roundhouse kick regardless. Thank you for watching today's video until the very end. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe. Let's get stronger with Kouketsu at the Kyokushin Karate YouTube Dojo. Keep an eye out and enjoy our upcoming videos. Os!